again. You left with no goodbye, not a single word was said. No final kiss to seal any sins I had no idea the state we were in. I know I have a fickle heart and a bitterness and a wandering eye. I gotta pee. It's not gonna work. Get this fucking. Ugh. Stupid computer. The computer is it the Wi-Fi? I don't know. But while it's loading, I'm gonna pee. Not working yet? No. You know, when I was 18, 19, 18 and 19, you know, I lived in Vancouver for a bit, and I dated this guy, Ian Parker, for like a while. And, you know, I was 18, 19, and, you know, just freshly from a small town and stuff like that, in like a big city and everything. New to like, you know, big cities and everything. Small, you know, and being gay and stuff and in the closet and everything. And then I come across this guy and we meet and stuff and we go out on dates. He like takes me out, he's like rich and stuff and like a concert pianist and all that fun stuff and just like, you know, so he's smart and good with money and stuff and then he takes me out on dates to like to restaurants, fancy restaurants and stuff, and I'm like, oh, you know, this is cool and stuff. And then he takes me to like even fancier restaurants, and then they get fancier and fancier and stuff. And then, but I was 18 and 19 at the time, so I was scared of all that, right? Because it was new to me. I wasn't used to abundance, right? When you grow up in, well, not poverty, but when you grow up in middle class poverty, you know, and you see people who are rich and stuff like that, and you think, you know, they're bad people or something, because you're just like, how do they come up with all this money? Like I'm living this life of poverty, and you're living this life of exuberance and you know, mass wealth, while I'm over here, you know, living my life, and you know, you have all this, so you come up with like different ideas and explanations as to why they are that way, why they were rich and stuff like that. And so like I kept those beliefs with me growing up as a kid, being like, oh, it's not good to be rich and stuff like that. And then I was introduced to wealth when I was 18, 19 from this guy, right? And I'd never seen it before like this, but it was, it was nice. I didn't know how to act, I felt like I couldn't be myself and stuff like that around there because it was all brand new to me. And so I just I froze and I became a statue in that environment. And then once, I had sort of an opportunity being given to me to make that my own life. And I got scared. I wasn't ready, and I froze. And it was all ripped away from me. It was all taken away from me. And then I continued being that statue for many years, for around 10 years ish. And forgot who I was, forgot everything about myself, and became a total shell of a human being, walking around, talking to people, not showing them who I was, but wanting them to show them who they were. And then I got angry when they didn't, and it was terrible. I don't really remember most of it, but and here I am now, living in this apartment on Queen Street in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, 9A305 Queen Street, and that's where I live right now. And it's like throughout all those years in between the being introduced to poverty to introduced to prosperity and running away from it, and then going into poverty for all those years, and I took singing and dancing lessons and all that in between, but now I'm here sleeping on the floor. I just put pillows that my mom gave me on the floor, and I sleep on them with a sleeping bag over top of me in this tiny little room, right? And I'm making videos on YouTube to try and get out of that so I can have a more prosperous, abundant life for myself and a happier life for myself. And I keep putting videos of me singing on here and stuff, and acting, and dancing and doing all these things and stuff. And I made connections with people in the music industry like Sony Universal on LinkedIn and stuff like that. And didn't really, no one really contacted me. Some people contacted me, but they weren't from Universal or anything. But I was still connected with them. But the people that contacted me, sent me messages, were from these independent companies that we had to pay to record your voice and stuff like that. And that's not what I wanted. I want to be a recording artist and stuff. Anyway, now I'm here, still sleeping on this bed made of pillows, is what I call it, and making videos on YouTube, just me singing constantly over and over again. And I'm just I feel like a bird trapped in a cage, like on Sweeney Todd. There's I think Josephine's her name. Yeah, Josephine. She's trapped by her father, the judge, in the place, where she lives and stuff. She looks out, and there's this man selling birds who has a stick, and they're exotic birds from distant countries, and they're beautiful birds that sing, and you buy them, and they're carried in these cages and stuff. And she's in a cage. She's in a house, that her father, the judge, keeps her in, and she's looking out at this bird that's also in a cage. And the bird is singing, for someone to buy it, so that it can have a better life for itself, And she's also in a cage, and she's in a place, and she's singing out to the bird, and telling it Being like, green finch and ladybird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? You know, and that's what she sings. She sings to the bird, being like, how is it that you're singing? How is it that you're happy when you're in this cage? And you know, you're singing, but it's singing for its life. It's singing because it knows that there's a better life for it. Just like how Josephine was doing that, and then she found her true love. Can't remember his name. Michael Sapochnik. The actor who played him. I can't remember the character's name. But Josephine, and then she looked out, and then she's, I think, Toby? No, it's not Toby. I can't remember. Anyway, the sailor's name. The sailor. She sees a sailor, and then they make eye contact, and then they fall in love. And then he rescues her from the cage and whatever, and then they run off and stuff like that. But they get in like this big debauchery and stuff. It's all fun and games, but you know, that's kind of how I feel right now. You know, I feel like I'm Josephine, or I'm the bird in the cage. You know, just singing, right? Just constantly, just singing. I mean, like, you know, like I'm here, just like trying to, you know, make a better life for myself. And you know, because the cage that I'm in, you know, I'm like, my owner, you know, if I am in a cage, you know. I don't have any food. I don't have a very good owner if I'm a bird in a cage, you know. So I just want to be free, you know. I just want to leave this cage, exit this cage and fly far, far away, you know, from this cage that I'm in. And that's all that I want, because you know, I'm constantly singing and no one's buying me. I just want someone to buy me, you know? Like, because I can sing, I can dance, I can act. I went to Randolph Academy for the Performing Arts for 2 years, you know? I can make a shitload of money, you know, by performing, right? But you know, what is the but? Why am I still here? Why am I still in this cage singing, you know? Eventually someone's gonna purchase me, you know, and then, you know, but still I just, and then I'll be able to spread my wings and fly, you know, and stuff like that. Like the bird, or the bird dies in the cage, right? But, you know, I'm 28, right? And I'm a human being, I'm not a bird. I last longer than birds. Humans last longer than birds. Birds only last, I don't know, however long before they die. Humans, on the other hand, you know, when they're properly fed and exercise and stuff and talk to people and stuff and socialize and go out in public, all that fun stuff, and love and take risks and entertain and be entertained and live, you know. They live happy, normal, joyful lives, and are happy, joyful, normal people and stuff, and live a long time. But when they're kept in a cage, you know, for the majority of their life, they start to wonder what's actually out there. And then, you know, eventually they wander out there. It's like we're all in a forest, you know, or like a town, and then there's a forest that we all go into, you know, and that's where we have our magical adventures or something, I don't know, but yeah, no, I'm just rambling. Anyway, life is weird, I guess is what I'm saying. And if you can't make sense of it, make sense of it in your own way. But for yourself, not for other people. Not this one, I sang this one already. Oh, this song. Okay. So, this next song that I'm going to sing is by Adele. And it reminds me a lot. Not this one. Next one. Hometown Glory. It reminds me of my life, you know, like Saskatoon. I'm living in Saskatoon. I'm from Saskatoon and stuff. And Hometown Glory is like around my hometown, memories are fresh, you know. It's like when I walk around this town and stuff like that, which I grew up in. I was born and raised here, and I'm 28, and like I've been to Vancouver, I've been to Toronto, I've been to Hawaii, I've been to Mexico, you know, been to Regina, and then ever in between, you know, in Canada, and mostly all over Canada and stuff. But I'm in Saskatoon. I'm living in Saskatoon right now, and this song, just it reflects everything that is going on in my life. You know, I walk around and like, because I grew up here, right? And I go to like Caswell, or I go to Pacific Heights, Lester B. Pearson, around that, you know, I grew up here, right? Harry Bailey, ever I go to, memories are fresh, you know, I'm just like, this is my childhood, this is where I grew up, and I'm seeing it through a 28-year-old lens, rather than, you know, a kid and a 5-year-old lens, and I'm just like, this is where I grew up, and memories are fresh, and I'm still here, and people have this view of me that I'm a certain way, or that I am this person or whatever, when